The wooden surfboard hits the sand with a thud. A boy in rolled-up jeans runs toward the water, his feet kicking up spray as the Pacific crashes white and endless. The sun hangs low over Malibu, painting everything gold. It's the summer of 1955. And this stretch of California coast is about to define what freedom looks like for an entire generation. Before we dive into those waves, if you love stories that take you back to when summer meant something different, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment telling us your favorite beach memory or what summer meant to your parents back then. And if this video makes you feel the sand between your toes, give it a like and share it with someone who understands the pull of the ocean. The highway runs right along the coast. Pacific Coast Highway. 2 lanes of asphalt hugging cliffs and curves, where every turn reveals another postcard view. The cars are different then. Long and low and chrome-covered. Bel Airs and Thunderbirds and Woodies, those station wagons with real wood paneling on the sides, surfboards strapped to the roof with rope and prayer. Families pack the car on Friday afternoon. Towels and umbrellas and coolers filled with sandwiches wrapped in wax paper. They drive from Los Angeles, from the valley, from inland towns where summer heat turns everything brown and dusty. But at the beach, the air changes. Gets cooler. Tastes like salt. The kids press their faces against the windows, trying to be the first one to spot the ocean. The beaches in the 1950s are different from what they'll become. Less crowded. Less commercial. More wild. Santa Monica Pier still has the carousel and the arcade, but the beach itself stretches wide and open, not hemmed in by hotels and restaurants. Venice is artists and beatniks and people living in bungalows they can actually afford. Manhattan Beach is sleepy. Hermosa is quieter still. And Malibu is almost empty. Just surfers and locals and people who know where to find the hidden access points. The sand is hot enough to burn bare feet. Kids run in zigzag patterns, hopping from towel to towel, shrieking when they miscalculate. Parents stake their claim with striped umbrellas and blankets weighed down with shoes and bags. The radio plays from someone's portable. Elvis singing about hound dogs. The Platters harmonizing about smoke getting in your eyes. Music mixes with seagull cries and wave crashes and distant laughter into a symphony that means summer. The water is cold. California Pacific cold. The kind that makes you gasp when it hits your stomach, makes you question every decision that led you here. But you push through. You dive under. And when you surface, everything is different. The cold wakes you up, makes you present, makes you alive in a way that air-conditioned shopping malls and television sets never could. The surfers are gods in this world. Young men bronzed by sun and salt, riding wooden boards that weigh 40 pounds and require real strength to carry. They paddle out past the break, muscles working, hair slicked back by seawater. They wait, reading the ocean, understanding something the rest of us can't see. Then they turn, paddle hard, pop up in one fluid motion, and ride the wave like they're dancing with something ancient and powerful and bigger than themselves. Surfing in the 1950s is still new to most people. Still foreign. The Hawaiians have been doing it for centuries, but on the mainland it's just beginning to catch fire. A few pioneers are shaping boards in their garages, experimenting with designs, trying to make them lighter, faster, more responsive. The culture is forming. The language is developing. Bitchin', gnarly, wipeout, words that will spread inland and define a generation. The girls sunbathe on blankets, slathered in baby oil mixed with iodine, chasing tans that will be regretted decades later. Their swimsuits are modest by future standards. One-pieces with little skirts. High-waisted bottoms. But they feel daring anyway. Feel seen. The boys pretend not to stare as they throw footballs that always seem to land a little too close to the pretty girls' blankets. Oops. Sorry. Can we get that? The lifeguards sit on elevated wooden towers, scanning the water with the vigilance of sentries. They wear red trunks and zinc oxide on their noses, white stripes that mark them as official. When someone gets in trouble, they move fast. Grab the rescue can and sprint into the surf, powerful swimmers who train year-round. They pull people back from riptides, from currents, from their own overconfidence. Heroes who get paid almost nothing and do it anyway because someone has to. Lunch is sandwiches that taste better at the beach than they ever do at home. Peanut butter and jelly with sand that crunches between your teeth. Bologna that's gotten warm in the sun. Fruit that attracts bees and requires careful navigation. Potato chips that dissolve into salt on your tongue. You eat with sandy hands, not caring, because the ocean has lowered your standards and raised your happiness. The beach culture is forming its tribes. The surfers cluster at their breaks. Malibu, Rincon, Trestles. Each beach has its own personality, its own crew, its own unwritten rules. Locals and outsiders. Dawn patrol and sunset sessions. Respect earned through skill and time and understanding that the ocean doesn't care about your ego. The families claim the sections near the parking lots and bathrooms. They bring everything they own. Umbrellas and chairs and toys and snacks and first aid kits. They build elaborate sand castles with moats and towers, racing against the tide that will eventually claim everything. Kids learn early that nothing at the beach is permanent. Everything returns to sand and water. The teenagers stake out their own territory, far from parents but not too far from lifeguards. They play music and smoke cigarettes they stole from older siblings and flirt with an awkwardness that will someday become confidence. For many of them, the beach is the first place they feel independent. The first place where parents can't watch every move. The first taste of who they might become when they're finally free. The pier is its own world. Fishermen line the railings, their lines dropping into green water where perch and corbina swim. They bring lawn chairs and coolers of beer and stay all day, patient as monks, happy just to be outside, to be doing something that connects them to tradition and nature and their own fathers who taught them how to bait a hook. The arcade at the end of the pier smells like motor oil and popcorn. Inside, it's dark and cool, a relief from the sun. Skee-ball and pinball machines ding and flash. The claw machine never gives up its prizes easily. Kids feed nickels and dimes into slots, chasing tickets that can be traded for cheap prizes that will break before they get home. But the pursuit is what matters. The hope. The possibility. The boardwalk vendors sell cotton candy spun into pink clouds. Corn dogs on sticks. Lemonade so cold it hurts your teeth. Snow cones with syrup so bright it can't possibly be natural. Everything costs a quarter or less. Money still has value in 1954. $1 can feed a family of 4 if you're careful. As the afternoon stretches, the beach changes character. The families pack up first, loading tired, sunburned children into cars for the drive home. The serious surfers stay, waiting for the evening glass off when the wind dies and the ocean smooths into perfect conditions. The teenagers linger, not ready to leave, not ready for summer to end even though it's only June. Bonfires appear as the sun drops. Small groups gather around flames, feeding them driftwood and newspapers. Someone brings a guitar. Someone else brings marshmallows and wire hangers for roasting. They sing songs everyone knows. Folk songs and pop songs and made-up verses that get dirtier as the night goes on. The fire throws shadows on faces, makes everyone look mysterious and beautiful. The ocean at night is a different animal. Dark and vast and slightly terrifying. The waves sound bigger in the darkness. More powerful. Some brave souls run in anyway, shrieking at the cold, laughing at the audacity of swimming when you can't see what's beneath you. It feels like rebellion. Like freedom. Like being young and stupid and alive. The police cruise by occasionally, breaking up parties that get too loud, making sure no one is drinking underage even though everyone is. They're not harsh about it. Just doing their job. Keeping things under control. In the 1950s, authority is still respected, mostly. Kids scatter when flashlights beam, regroup 5 minutes later 100 yards down the beach. The drive home is quiet. Windows down, salt air streaming in, radio playing low. Kids in the back seat sleep hard, that deep exhausted sleep that only happens after a full day in the sun and water. Parents in the front seat hold hands, grateful for a day away from work and worry and the endless demands of adult life. The beach gave them that. The pause. A breath. A reminder that life can be simple and good. These California beaches in the 1950s are creating something that will spread across the world. A lifestyle. An attitude. A belief that paradise isn't some distant island but here, accessible, just off the highway. That freedom means sun and salt and waves. That happiness can be measured in tides and sunsets and sand between your toes. The movies will capture it. Gidget and Beach Blanket Bingo and all those films that make it look easy and perfect and fun. And it is those things, mostly. But it's also mosquito bites and jellyfish stings and sunburns that hurt for days. It's crowds and parking struggles and the constant sand that never quite leaves your car. It's real. Imperfect. Human. But when you're there, when the sun hits your face and the water cools your skin and someone you love is laughing next to you, none of the imperfections matter. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Doing exactly what humans have done for thousands of years. Playing in the ocean. Finding joy in the simplest things. Being present in a moment that will become a memory you'll carry forever. The California beaches of the 1950s gave America a dream it's still chasing. The idea that summer should mean something. That the ocean is where we go to remember who we are beneath the jobs and responsibilities and complications. That there's healing in salt water and sun and sand. Those beaches are still there. Still beautiful. But they're different now. More crowded. More expensive. More regulated. The surf culture went mainstream. The secret spots got discovered. The bonfires got banned in most places. Progress came with a price. But if you close your eyes, you can still feel it. That version of summer when time moved differently. When a day at the beach was enough. When freedom was measured not in money or status, but in how long you could stay in the water before your lips turned blue. When California wasn't just a place but a promise that life could be lighter, brighter, better. If this took you back to a simpler summer, to a time when the beach was everything, hit that subscribe button and join us as we explore more places and moments that defined our world. Drop a comment with your favorite beach or your parents' stories of summers past. Give this a like if you felt the sun on your face. And share it with someone who needs to remember what it feels like to be young and free and standing at the edge of the ocean. Thank you for riding these waves with us. Until next time, keep chasing that endless summer.